everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know I ask you to do it every day. I know, but it's important, and that is to go down here in your settings. Look around, find your subscribe button and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too so you know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, that algorithm. Oh my goodness. All I'm going to say is by the neck up and down these internet streets. And right about here, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful, so thankful, so appreciative to have your support. Also, if you just want to do a one-time donation, our super thanks button is right over there. And all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. Also, I have a shout out. I do. I want to shout out Baby Sis Dolls. Baby Sis Dolls, thank you for the super thanks. And just thank you for being a part of my tribe and just being a faithful supporter. You are so appreciated, and I am so thankful to have you. All right, y'all. With all that said, let's get to the read because y'all know it is a lot. It is a lot because Meghan is over there in Montecito just dropping all this stuff on our heads. Meghan has decided that she absolutely wanted to come through, that 2025 was going to be her year. And I'm telling you, she is not losing any time. 2 days in a row, she's been dropping stuff on our head. So we have a lot to talk about. And y'all know when I put the read together, y'all know what I do. I jumped in these internet streets to see what the squatties had to say about it and what they were talking about. And I made the rounds. I was on all these social media platforms. Yes, I was. I went to Blue Sky. I went to TikTok. I went to Instagram. Peeked over there, watched the trailer. Megan's, I did. I peeked over there to see exactly what was going on with the trailer. Loved it. It was perfection. I'm just gonna say it. It was perfection. It made me want to sit down and eat. I want some of Megan's food. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Harry is so lucky. Oh my goodness. But I digress. Yes, I was over to Instagram and then I made my way to X, formerly known as Twitter. And I'm telling you, the squatties over there are over the moon because 2 days in a row, Meghan has just been dropping these bombs on our heads. I'm telling you, I wouldn't say she was dropping bombs on our heads. I would say she was dropping bombs on those haters, those toadies, those minions. I saw what Angela Levine, buddy. She absolutely, she looks like she has been eating a lemon. I'm telling you, she is so tight. Her lips is so tight because Meghan has absolutely came in and showed them up for the liars that they are. They wanted to paint Meghan into this bully, this horrible person, this dark figure. And when Meghan shows up, no, anybody with two eyes can see what they're saying and what we are seeing is two different things. They're lying. And it is so hard for them. I watched some of the panels and I'm telling you, it even shows that they know that nobody is buying what they're selling. They are not doing it with their full chest at all. They are just sleepwalking through the nonsense, especially Kenzie Schofield. I saw her on a panel and I'm telling you, her feelings are so hurt because in actuality, her and that albino assassin, Maureen Callahan, cannot absolutely peddle the nonsense that they have been peddling around here about Meghan, because everybody can see that all they're doing is absolutely trying to profit off of hate. Kenzie should go and find her a job somewhere, a real job, because Meghan is not going to support her much longer. Because now that Meghan continues to show herself and people see her for who she is and her personality shines, ain't nobody gonna be buying their nonsense over there. I'm telling you, and I just love that for them. Because how can you make your whole career off of hating on another woman? You need to go and find her a decent job. I'm going to start with this one. This particular squatty is talking about the trailer that dropped from Netflix telling us that January 15th, Meghan's cooking show is going to debut. It is. And the title of it is With Love, Meghan. Perfect. Perfection. It absolutely is. And she shows nothing but love in it. If the series is gonna be anything like the trailer, it's all love. And like I said, them peddling what they peddle from Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace over there, it is you talking about it's not gonna be selling. It's definitely not gonna be selling because Meghan's personality shines clear. And anybody with any kind of understanding can tell that this woman that's in this trailer is not the woman that they have been trying to sell us on. All right, I'm gonna put it up, and it says the trailer for the cooking show of Meghan's, the Duchess of Sussex, has just been released on her official Instagram account. The show is titled With Love, Meghan, which I think is perfection. Everyone's invited to create wonder in every moment. Eating food is vital for survival, but eating the food made with love, eating food is vital for survival, but eating the food made with love is essentially therapeutic and healing. Where is the lie? Where is the lie? What if you have been in a loving family and your parents or your grandmother, especially your grandmother being there cooking all that good food, and she cook it with love and care. I love it. And it says this year, 2025, started off wonderfully with a great bang, and I'm here for it. Me too. It did. Mega been dropping them bombs up on them haters' heads. I'm telling you. And it said, we surely going to be fed in love. And I cannot wait. Y'all, I'm greedy too. I cannot wait to America Riviera Orchard drop too. I'm hoping I'm looking for tomorrow. Drop that one too. I cannot wait. I need some pots and pans. That's all I'm saying. Y'all, I'm going to put this up. And look how beautiful this is. This is one of the posters for with Love, Meghan. Look at this. This is so beautiful. And on X, formerly known as Twitter and Instagram, they have this dress. They have this dress, and they have identified it in everything. It is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I love it. And this particular squatty said this: while people who hurt her, threw her under the bus, are fading live before our eyes, and we all know who fading. Whew, they are fading. I'm telling you, they are, they are lagging over there. Yes, the very one who thought that they had all the power, that had all the control, that had all of everything needed to absolutely rule their world, are flagging. They absolutely is. They are fading right before our eyes, just like this particular squatter said. There comes this queen thriving. Meghan absolutely thriving in the face of their nonsense. All of the bile that they have thrown. Meghan absolutely put on her Teflon outfit and it has rolled off of her. Absolutely. And she is the first person. Her and Harry are the first couple, first people to survive an onslaught like this. They are so used to being able to, and I have said this in the past, they have always been able to choose who was the winners and who was the losers. They have always been able to determine who was going to live and who was going to die, who was going to thrive and who would absolutely fall by the wayside. All those rags and that family over there has been in control. They have been at the levers of that kind of power. But until Meghan and Harry came along and defied that and survived everything that they have thrown at this couple so far. And I love it. I love it. And that is why I ride so hard for them. Because they are the survivors of that smear campaign. They survived. And now they're not only surviving it, they're thriving and they're throwing it in their face. And I just love it. And it says, I stand with love, Meghan and Netflix. And guess who is following Meghan on Instagram? We talked about this last podcast. And that would be the CEO of Netflix wife is following Meghan on Instagram. And the wife of the CEO of Paramount is actually in the show with Meghan. Yes, indeed. The president, I think it's the president, CEO and president of Paramount is absolutely, his wife is absolutely one of Meghan's friends featured in this particular series. Yes, she is. And there you go. And all I can say is cry harder. Toadies, scraggly haired old hags. I mean, trolls. All of you flying monkeys, cry harder, cry harder. Because at the end of the day, Meghan and Harry are never, ever, ever going to want for money. And now that she has gone on Instagram, I heard the word on the curb that the amount of money that Meghan can charge for her page for people to put ads on there is going to be astronomical. I love it. I love it. I love it. And they are absolutely, I'm sorry. I hear him crying. Oh, cry harder. Cry harder. That's all I can say. All right, y'all. I'm going to put this one up. And I love it too. I'm telling you, all the posts that I have today are posts that I really, really love. And it is just what I am feeling. And this particular post said this Squatty said this. The way Meghan can break the internet with just a 20-minute Instagram video deserves a proper study. Where is the lie? Because I'm telling you, them folks over to Kensington Palace have been trying to figure out what the combination to that safe has been. How do you break the internet? Because they have brought Kate out and reintroduced her and took her back in and brought her back out and took her back in. And they have yet been able to figure out the combination to break the internet. But Meghan just keeps on doing it 2 days in a row. My timeline is filled up with Meghan Markle and all of the goodies that is going on with her. I mean, from every place you can imagine, they are tweeting and posting about how Meghan is back on Instagram and her new cooking show. I'm telling you, everybody is talking about it. I know they are absolutely just looking and wondering what is going on. How does she do that? I just love it for them. But it goes on to say, the bitter ones couldn't even come close. I just said that. I'm telling you, Jason Knopf and what is it, Lee Thompson over there, they did everything they could to try to drum up enough interest to claim. They didn't really care actually if they broke the internet or not. They just wanted enough excitement, enough activity online to claim that Kate broke the internet. And they didn't even get that. I'm just saying. And it says, even after big comebacks at Wimbledon and that whole resurrection moment, who's irrelevant again? Yeah, who is it? I'm listening. Who is irrelevant? I know it is some feelings hurt. And it's some plates being thrown. And I'm sure it's some butlers have been choked completely out. Because it's some mad folks over there. It is. Because they try so hard. And if you don't think they try hard, go back and look at that shampoo commercial with William and Kate. I have never saw two people try so hard before in my life. They were trying hard. And what they try so hard to do, Harry and Meghan just effortlessly do it. Meghan just walks in, just being herself, and everybody falls in love with her. I know they hate that. And I love it for them. I'm sorry. I'm petty that way. And because I'm like this little girl. Look at her face. Look at her face. Oh, if that's not a face of somebody saying I'm petty, I don't know what. If you looked up the word petty, this little face right here would be right there to absolutely greet you. Oh, I love it. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this one up. And you know what? I had forgot about this until I saw this particular post. And I said, yeah, okay. And y'all know how I love posts that reminds me of stuff because it is so much that goes on and goes down in these internet streets. You will forget stuff. And the squatties, if one squatty forgets something, the other one will remember it. And here we go. I'm putting it up. It says, wait a damn minute. I thought Kate Middleton's stripper cousin, who also happens to be a Netflix insider, swore up and down that this was canceled. Y'all remember that? Where they were, I think Big Tooth, Little Tooth, Big Tooth. I'm sorry, Little Tooth, Big Tooth, and all of her associates was all up in these social media streets talking about how this particular project had been canceled and they had insider information because they knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody over to Netflix. Y'all remember that? But I tell you what, looked like the person that they were getting that information from was lying. Or let's just say they were lying. They were lying, and it wasn't a person over there in Netflix. I'm just saying. But yes, this squad came on through and reminded them, what are you talking about? Didn't you say that this particular project had been canceled? And it says, no, royalists just lie about SHIT. Who knew? Who knew? And this is a repost of what the Netflix UK and Ireland talking about Meghan's new show. And it says, Love is in the Detail with Love Meghan, the new series premiering 15 January. Yes, but this squatty just came through with the reminder. Come on through with that reminder now. Because I had forgot about that. Hadn't y'all? I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I'm going to put this one up. And this one, I love too. I love this post because it reminds me of just how sweet and kind and loving and Meghan sparkle and how her personality always seems to come out. And that right there is the biggest weapon against all these toadies, all these flying monkeys, all of these scraggly haired old hags and trolls like Angela Levin. All of that is Meghan's personality, her showing herself, putting herself out there so people can see the real Meghan is the best defense against all their lies. Because when Meghan show up, people like her because she is a good person. You have never heard anybody who have met Meghan and said any negative thing about her. And I'm talking about from service workers, like from waiters or waitresses or anybody who ever have come in contact with Meghan have said anything bad about her, ever. But it's always the people who don't know her and somehow are profiting off of her. I'm just saying, just profiting off of the hate of her. It's always those people. They always got something to say. And they have never met Meghan. But this particular post just says it just the way it needs to be said. And I'm putting it up and it says, Meghan's personality just sparkles through. Go watch. Go watch that trailer from Netflix with Love Meghan. The trailer. And you'll see how sweet Meghan is, how kind she is, how considerate she is, how loving she is, how sparkly and upbeat she is. Her personality comes out. It shines bright. And you can tell that these people across the pond, all the toadies, the flying monkeys, all the hateful profit girlies over there, they absolutely see it. They know that they're not going to be able to sell what they have been trying to sell for these 8 years. That Meghan is somehow a bully. She's somehow mean and hateful. She's somehow this woman that deserves to be hated. I'm telling you, this is why they hadn't been able to close it. They have not been able to close the sale on the fact that to make people believe that Meghan is this horrible person that they have absolutely portrayed her to be. Because every time Meghan show up, she absolutely show how incongruent their whole message that they are trying to perpetrate is with who she is, the person that we're seeing. I'm just saying. This particular squatty said this. Meghan's personality just sparkles through. This will be a great opportunity for people to get to know her directly. No wonder there is a mighty meltdown in Toxic Owl. And you can see it. I looked at some panels today and it is just absolutely pitiful. Because they try to play parts of the trailer and Meghan just outshines and so lovely and kind and sweet and bubbly. And they want to try to portray her into something totally different. And you can see that they know. They already know. They have lost and Meghan has won. The Sussex Squad won. We absolutely won in our pushback in this nonsense. And this couple has won. They're thriving. They're happy. And they are absolutely winning because they are doing nothing but making money hand over fist. This Instagram page is going to make Meghan a lot of money. And not to even say what American Riviera Orchard is going to make her. I'm just saying. It's going to be good, and I can't wait to watch them. I can't wait till their face just melt away, because that is what's happening. All of their treachery and evil is absolutely starting to crumble, and I just love that for them. I do. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up, and look at this. I don't know. It looks like somebody's birthday. You think maybe it's Lilibeth's birthday or something, but it looks magical, doesn't it? It looks like it's not even real. I love it. I just love it. I don't know if that's at Megan's house or it's at Mindy's house. I don't know, but whoever's house it is at, oh my goodness, I love it. And this particular squatty posted it and said this, the way this show is going to eat. Yes, you can see. And the visuals, oh my goodness. On that trailer, the visuals are just A plus plus. I love it. And it says, Sis is about to serve us food, fashion, and everything in between. Where's the lie? Where is the lie? And she is going to enjoy herself doing it. I spoke on Harry, I spoke on Harry, my last podcast. And I was talking about how Harry has such a wonderful life. He's happy. He has a beautiful wife that adores him. He has 2 children that adores him. He has a job that he loves, and he gets rewarded for that job. He gets notoriety for that job, and he is good at the job. And that's the way Meghan is. Megan is happy. She has a husband that adores her. She has 2 children that adores her. She has a beautiful home. And she's now doing what she's always loved. We know this to be true because she had the TIG before this whole Instagram thing happened. This is not new to Megan. None of this is new to Megan. Megan was doing this before she met Harry. She always loved this whole lifestyle type things. And now look at her. She has gone through the fire and now she gets to actually live the life that she has hoped to live. And she gets to live the life she deserves to live. She's earned this. She has gone through the fire and she has come out stronger and she deserves it. I'm just saying. But isn't it beautiful? And she is going to be serving us up the fashion, the food, everything in between. I agree with this particular squatty. I do. All right, y'all, I found this on people, people are, I'm telling you, if Harry and Meghan sneeze or anybody across that pond sneezes, they absolutely write a story about it. And of course, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing because it's a good resource for me to go to because they kind of most of the time keep it down the middle of the road. They are definitely not no Tom Sykes, not that toady, or what's his name, Jack Royston. Definitely not in the same vein as those toadies. They kind of play it down the middle. Every now and then they might kind of take a left on you, but most of the time people pretty much, plays it down the middle. So that's one reason why I use them as a constant source. So I'm going to put this up, and I found it in People, like I said, and the name of the article is Meghan Markle's Netflix series With Love, Meghan, set to premiere January. All the details. And it says the Duchess of Sussex new series reimagines the genre of lifestyle programming, blending practical how-to and candid conversations with friends, new and old. Tell me that doesn't sound interesting. I'm already visualizing the second season and who she can have on there, like Tyler Perry or somebody. Oh my goodness. What about Oprah? Love it, love it, love it. But let's go on. We can't dawdle. It says Meghan Markle is bringing love to Netflix with her new series. On Thursday, January the 2nd, the Duchess of Sussex announced that her new lifestyle show, With Love, Meghan, on her newly launched Instagram. Set to premiere on January 15th, the Netflix series marks a fresh and personal endeavor for Meghan, 43, as both host and executive producer. All right, Meghan, come on through. Come on through, Meghan. Meghan is the host and the executive producer. Mm, I love it. It says in post, Meghan shares the trailer for her upcoming show, captioning it, I have been so excited to share this with you. I hope you love the show as much as I've loved making it. Wishing you all a fantastic new year. Thanks to our amazing crew and team at Netflix. I'm grateful for the support and fun as ever, Meghan. Yes, 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 yes. And this is the part. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me see. It said, Megan, who filmed the show in Montecito, California, is seen cooking in the kitchen, tending to beehives, arranging flowers at a shop, and hosting a mix of friends and guests, including husband Prince Harry. I just love taking something pretty ordinary and elevating it. And you know, when Megan said that, I saw Angela Levin talking about, was she talking about Prince Harry? All I can say to that, Angela, is he did have holes in his shoes and holes in his clothes, and he was living in a shack when she found him. That's all I'm saying. So now he lives in a mansion, he's wearing designer clothes, and he's eating, I mean, the food, oh my God. You know, Harry, at one time, Harry was happy to get a roasted chicken. And now he's getting all kinds of extraordinary food. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe she was talking about him. But if the shoe fits, that's all I can say. But yeah, she said that. You don't have to be on the street to live in poverty. We found out that you can actually live in poverty on the grounds of a palace, Kensington Palace to be exact. I'm just saying. All right, let's go on. I just thought about that. And she also said this. She said, we're not in the pursuit of perfection. We're in the pursuit of joy. She said elsewhere in the trailer. Love is the details. Where's the lie? Go on with you, Megan. Get on out of here with yourself, Megan, because this is so true. It is. It's with the detail. How many times have you received a gift and it was about the details, the little details that people went out of their way to make it special for you? Yes, this is what Megan is talking about. And it is the pursuit of joy. Megan is very, very keen on joy, trying to be happy, thriving. She believes in that. And I love that about her. I do. And you can sense it about, with her personality. You can actually sense that in her. I'm just saying. Also, it goes on to say it's 8 episodes. It's an 8 episode series with each installment running about 33 minutes. So it's not going to be like an hour long or anything like that. It's going to be quick, and they're going to keep it moving. And it says bring together a lineup of Meghan's closest friends. Among them are her longtime makeup artist Daniel Martin, photographer Delphina, which is that's Nacho's wife, and just a whole lot of other people like Mindy Kaling and Tracy Robbins, which is the wife of Paramount CEO Brian Robbins, and just all her closest friends and some of the people that. And it goes on to say that it's going to be an 8 episode series with each installment running about 33 minutes, which is really, really short. It's not an hour, so they're going to keep it moving, and I like that. I like it a lot. And it brings together a lineup of just Meghan's closest friends, and Delphina is going to be in it. Prince Harry is going to do a little cameo in it, and just a whole lot of different people. Tracy Robbins, who is the wife of Paramount CEO Brian Robbins, and I'm telling you, and just a whole lot of other people. But yes, and of course, one of Meghan's best friends is Gabrielle Spencer. Yes, yes, yes. It is going to be so good. And I'm telling you, this trailer is a real, real seller. It is. It sells you on it. You are all in after you get to the end of this trailer. I am telling you. And I was looking at some of the people who are involved in this production. And the director, it says directed by Michael Steed, who used to direct Anthony Bourdain's Parts Unknown. And y'all know how good Anthony Bourdain's Parts Unknown. My mother used to love that show. She did. She used to call him the Eating Man. She was saying, isn't it time for the Eating Man to come out? My mom was a riot, let me tell you. But yeah, so he's involved in it. And then it's also, y'all know Selena, Gomez. She had this show called Celine plus the Chef, and it was really, really a hit. And so the showrunner, Leah Hartington, she is also involved in it. And I'm telling you, just a whole lot of people that are involved in it who knows what they're doing. And you can tell by the trailer. You absolutely can, because like I said, once you get to the end of that trailer, you cannot wait. Making sure you're setting your alarm, making sure it's set for January 15th for it to drop, because it looks so good. I'm just saying. All right, I'm going to put this up. And this is an article by my favorite squatty. Y'all know I have shared many, many, many of them on this particular podcast. And I decided to share this one because it is just perfect for what we're talking about today. How Harry and Meghan has overcome. They have. They have survived the longest and most relentless smear campaign, I believe, in modern history, because this has been an 8-year onslaught of nothing but personal attacks and lies and planning of stories and creating negative narratives about this couple. And they have survived all of it. And this particular article, the name of it, that is what drew me to it, and I want to share it with you. The name of the article is Rising Above the Chaos: How Meghan and Harry Showed Us a Better Way. What is the lie in that? And it says the British royal family has always been a soap opera for the ages. But in recent years, it feels like the script has taken a darker turn. Once a symbol of grace and duty, the institution seemed to have sunk into the pits of pettiness, bitterness, and frankly, degeneracy. Well, my whole thing is this. It's because of the head. The head of the fish changed, and it started to rot from the head. When Queen Elizabeth was the head of that family, she stood for grace. She stood for morality. She stood for respect. The world respected the royal family because of her, because of how she had conducted herself for the past 70 years. That is the reason why it hadn't descended into all this pettiness and bitterness and degeneracy. Because the head stood firm and absolutely set an example for her people. Now, was she perfect? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We can dig up a lot of stuff on Queen Elizabeth II. But one thing she always did, she held it together, and nobody could come with all these old nasty stories about her, because she pretty much did what she needed to do to as the monarch. She behaved in a manner that you would expect a monarch would behave. But when she passed away and Charles became the head, and he put his horse there beside him, and then he has his eldest son coming up with his mannequin wife, and they have been exposed as the very most mediocre that any couple can be. That is why. And then they're attacking Harry and Meghan, and them initiating this smear campaign on this innocent couple just because they were popular, just because the British people loved them, just because they were better. And what has happened is it's the blowback. They absolutely thought that they had the power of life and death in their hands, that they could make and break anybody. And then when they came up against this couple who has stood strong and also has had the support of this group called the Sussex Squad, and just good people in general, who actually has pushed back, and they have created a blowback on them. While they were muddying up Meghan and Harry, they got mud on themselves. They absolutely did. And that is the reason why people can now see them for what they are. It used to be a mystique to them. It used to be decorum. It used to be that they were something that you would idolize and aspire to be. You know, how many young girls would aspire to be, to marry into that family? Who would aspire to that now? Once it's been exposed to how you are treated within that family. Especially if you're not marrying the heir, then you're treated like garbage. And even if you marry the heir, you still treat it like garbage. Look at Kate. You think Kate is not treated like garbage? Oh, yes, she is. She just treated like garbage with a tiara on top of her head. That's the only difference. But oh, yes, she's treated like garbage. And so that is the problem right there. They have been exposed. They have always been the petty, bitter, and degenerates. They always have been those people. But they had Queen Elizabeth holding it down and absolutely stood above all of it. And then when she absolutely was lowered down in that tomb, then all of that went with her, and then all that was left was the pettiness, the bitterness, the degeneracy, all of that. That's who is the left behinds are. So let me go on. It says, worse still, their toxic antics have spilled over into society, where grown adults, yes, adults, feel emboldened to target two innocent toddlers, Archie and Lilibet, simply because of who their parents are. And we all saw that. We did. You know, all these old, well, y'all know who I'm going to say. The toadies. The old ugly hats. This old Padina who put out this picture of Padina who put out that picture of Archie and Lilibet, you know, that AI supposedly picture. You know, targeting these children. I mean, nothing is off limit with these people. Nothing is off limit with these people. And this is the environment, and I said this before, this is the environment that their smear campaign has created. They spawned all these people. They spawned all these trolls and these hags and these toadies and these flying monkeys. They did that. But they also spawned the Sussex Squad. And they didn't anticipate that blowback. And that blowback has absolutely been devastating for them. And I love it for them. And it says, the grim reflection of how low some people are willing to sink. Yes, miss all the muck and madness, there's a shining light. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Let's take a moment to really appreciate what these two are doing. While the institution they left behind continues to churn out palace intrigue and cold shoulders, Meghan and Harry are out here trying to make the world a better place. Where is the lie? They do it every day. And you know what I have saw on some of these panels? Just because Meghan is working, just because Meghan has an Instagram and she's going to make some money to support her and her family, that somehow they talk about she's abandoned her charity work. She just had abandoned her philanthropic work. She just abandoned. They just have decided to abandon it. Just like you can't do both at the same time. Because what they don't seem to understand, and maybe that's not the same in Britain, but here you have to make a living. That's what they're doing. They're making a living, and they're also going to do their philanthropic work. His intention is to focus mostly on that, while Meghan is going to focus on the business side. Meghan is going to be about making the money, while Harry is going to be about helping people. And also, let's not forget, Harry has a job. They were just last week attacking his job at Better Up, remember? You have to make a living. They have a home, they have a mortgage, they have children, they have college to pay for. And so, of course, they're going to get out and get the money that's on the table. So my whole thing is, don't act like you dumb and don't know that you can do two things at the same time. They just act like they're dumb. They really cannot be that dumb. But yes, that's what they're saying. Just because Meghan has absolutely launched this whole Instagram, her page, they are so jealous. They're starting to count up the money that Meghan is going to make, and she will never, ever, ever, ever need anybody from across that pond. They are mad, and now they're trying to attack her and say that she is not going to be doing any of her charity work. Well, we will see. We will see. Because Meghan could no more change that than she could change anything about her. Meghan has been all about doing charity since she was a child, and it was instilled in her by her mother, Doria. Meghan was a young teenager working at a soup kitchen. She has been doing this. She is not new to this. She is true to this, and she has shown that to be true all through her life. And her getting a job ain't got nothing to do with her charity work. But they just want to try to find some kind of angle to absolutely discredit her. But at the end of the day, Archwell is still standing, and watch all the work they're going to do this year. It's going to be mind-blowing. And I wonder what crazy eyes Kenzie Schofield is going to say about that. I'm just saying. But it goes on to say, the couple's Archwell Foundation has quietly but powerfully supported numerous initiatives aimed at improving lives around the world where it's a lie. Just like I was saying, they act like you can't do two things at the same time. We do it here in America all the time. Everybody got a job and a side hustle. Everybody. Everybody. But why are they acting like Harry and Meghan can only do charity work? I remember when they were talking, this is how crazy and loony these people are. Saying that Meghan and Harry, all the money that they make, they should give that to charity. Like they don't need money to live. Come on here. But these people, they have always wanted Harry for some reason. Especially after he met Meghan. They have always wanted them to live in poverty. That's why they had them in that shack. That's why they had them at Frogmore, and people like Edward, who absolutely could not draw flies, has that big old house. One thing about the Queen, she made sure all her kids was good. What did Charles do? Not nothing. Not nothing. When Harry went to Charles and told him that he wanted to marry Meghan, Charles said that he didn't even have enough money for Meghan. And Meghan married Harry anyway. And Meghan was not even considered an employee of that firm. She couldn't even get health care. But she did it anyway. She was over there working for free, paying for her own clothes. That's what Charles did. But yet and still, they always want to accuse her of being a gold digger. If anybody in that relationship a gold digger, it would be Harry, because Meghan had more money. When she came in there, Meghan had her coins. All right. It was Harry walking around with holes in his shoes and wearing Charles' old leftover shoes. That was absolutely Harry. They wanted to absolutely keep him in poverty for some reason. And I think it was a resentment of Harry inheriting his mother shine, him inheriting her personality, him inheriting her ease with people. And they resented him for it, and they punished him by absolutely just giving him the bare minimum and working him like an ox. Just working. He was the workhorse over there. And then when he finally found a wife, would not give her a dime, and then would leak to the newspaper about her clothes and never said not one time that the firm was not paying for her clothes. Never said anything like that. When they would say that Meghan's clothes cost $100,000 or this and that and whatever, not even considering that Meghan was paying for her own clothes. I'm just saying, I went on a tangent. Y'all know I do. But it says this. The couple's Archwell Foundation has quietly but powerfully supported numerous initiatives aimed at improving lives around the world. From mental health resources to community aids, their work speaks to a fundamental belief in kindness and action. And here's the kicker. They do it all with grace despite the relentless vitriol hurtle their way. Well, it's a lie. We have saw it in these past couple of days. They have done everything that they could to try to absolutely just bring Meghan down. She's flying high. We got to find some way to bring her down with all kinds of nonsense. I'm telling you. And it goes on to say their critics will call them attention seekers. But let's be honest, anybody paying attention can see that the attention seeks them. And yet, instead of wallowing in it or exploiting it for petty gain, they use it to shine a light on a cause that matters. What is the lie? Where is it at? Because that's exactly what Harry and Meghan does. They use their shine for good. They use their special powers for good. They are always doing something to help someone else. And a lot of the stuff probably we don't even get to see or find out about, because it's not even about that for them. We have saw that. It's like Diana. Diana did a whole lot of stuff we only found out about after she was dead. I'm just saying. Absolutely they do. And then it goes on to say this. So while the royal family plays its games and the trolls waste their days spewing bile, Meghan and Harry are out there doing the work. Real tangible work that makes a difference. And isn't that what we should all aspire to? To rise above the pettiness, to let go of the hate, and to focus on making the world just a little bit brighter. The world doesn't need more bitterness. It doesn't need more trolls. It doesn't need more palace drama. It needs more people like Meghan and Harry, people who lead with their hearts, who act with purpose, and who refuse to let darkness of others dim their light. Where is the lie in that? Harry and Meghan have been smeared. They have been demeaned. They have been disrespected. They've been lied on. And all of this has been coming from their own families. Absolutely. And the smear campaign initiated by Harry's family. I have never saw such a ruthless, relentless campaign against a couple who minds their own business like this one. But they have survived it all and have managed to absolutely keep their sense of kindness and purpose and caring towards others. Y'all know I'm going to bring up Pat Tillman because that is a sore spot with me. Look at Harry standing up there on that stage after being absolutely slandered for a whole week or more by all those flying monkeys and trolls and all those rags over across the pond, even to the point where it leaked over here. And you could see the devastation on his face of having to suffer through all of that. And he still stood on that stage and showed grace. He did. That right there is someone who absolutely deserves all the kind words that have been absolutely said within this article. I'm just saying. All right, I'm going to put this up. And this has been something that the squatties has absolutely hadn't been able to let go. And it is the behavior of the derangers ever since Meghan dropped that fact that she had an Instagram page. Meghan on Instagram. And they just act like I have never saw people act before. And the squatters are just can't quite get their head around what is going on here. You say you hate Meghan. You say you hate everything about Meghan. But yet you are racing and just running, breaking the heels of your shoes, trying to get over to Instagram to follow her. It makes no sense whatsoever. This particular squatty said this: derangers and toxic tabloids running to follow Meghan on Instagram. And it was this meme where people are just wildly running. And it is just absolutely something that is just repeated over and over and over on these social media platforms because it is just unheard of. People who said that they hate someone. I do not follow not one person that I dislike. Not one. But yet and still these people make it their business to get over there and make Meghan some money. Because basically that's what they're going to be doing. Because Meghan is not going to open them comments. They ain't going to be able to say nothing. All they're going to be able to do is to go over there. And that's it. And at the end of the day, how many views Meghan get on stuff is how she is going to get PAID. And so all they're going to do is help Meghan's pockets become fatter. But what they're really banking on is they can continue to sell all this nonsense of this hate about Meghan. But also what they are not banking on is the fact that the more people see Meghan, the more they're not going to believe the nonsense that they're peddling. I'm just saying. But yes, they are running full speed, trying to get over to Instagram, breaking the heels off of their shoes and losing their shoes, running so fast to get over there. It is crazy. And this particular squatty said this: imagine hating someone but being so fixed on their everyday move and following them in their social media. That's the power my queen Meghan Markle has onto these Karens. I mean, Meghan got them in a chokehold, let me tell you. Look at all of them who have signed up to follow Meghan. All these hate accounts. And they say they hate her. Well, if you hate her, why you got to have her in your life? Even Martin Brandon, aka Dan Wooten, he over there. And y'all know I told y'all in my last podcast, Big Two, Lip Two, you name it, they over there. And they say they hate Meghan. And all they do is say nasty things about Meghan. But Meghan got them in a full chokehold because they beat a lot of the squatties to get over there to follow Meghan. It's weird. I'm just saying. I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty pretty much says it all. He said, people that I can't stand, I block them. I mute their names, their handles, and their family members. It look like that's what they would be doing because they are like they strongly dislike Meghan. They got page after page after page devoted to how much they don't like her. Why are you over there on her Instagram page following her? And it says, because I feel like I would be effing demented to follow people I claim to detest. Where is the lie? Where is it? I'm looking. Where is it? Tell me you are not totally bad SHIT crazy when you profess to detest someone, but yet and still you over there to see anything and everything they are doing. You got a whole page dedicated to the person you say you absolutely hate, but yet and still nothing to the person that you say is your fave. Make it make sense to me. It is like trying to make me believe 1 plus 1 is 3. It just don't add up. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. Another one of the insightful articles from one of my favorite squatties. And the name of the article is The Curious Case of Trolls Obsessed with Meghan. It says, it's a bit tragic, isn't it, that Meghan Markle's trolls, the ones who claim to despise her, but are practically camped outside of Meghan's metaphorical front door, monitoring her every move. They just swarm her brand new Instagram account too, because nothing says I hate you like following someone's page and obsessing over their content. You almost want to ask, mate, are you all right? Are you? Are you all right? Formerly known as Gumby? You all right? Because she was right over there. Martin Brandon, you all right? What was the other? Maria Joseph, aka Maria Joseph? Are you all right? The trolls spent hours, maybe even days, trolling posts and stewing over a woman who hasn't thought about them once and don't know who they are. Could not pick them out in a crowd, and they just consistently talk and speak on her. And it says, but for the trolls, it's even more tragic. Hate isn't a sustainable fuel. Every bitter comment, every deep dive into her Instagram, like drinking a tiny dose of poison and hoping someone else feels it. It erodes. It chips away at your own well-being, darkening your perspective and feeding this ugly cycle of negativity. Where is the lie? Where is the lie? How can you do that? And then some of them actually create lies. They know they lies when they create them. Like that lie they were told about Meghan, saying Meghan wasn't really pregnant. She got um, a surrogate. Y'all remember that? And her sister told that big lie. I'm telling you. And how can that not eat away at you? That is why I'm like that mattress commercial. Have y'all saw it? It's, where they ask you, how do you sleep at night? And they said, all night long, all night. And that is the way when you tell the truth, when you are honest, when you try to uplift people and you call people out that needs to be called out, you sleep all night long. You absolutely do. And this is what he's saying, that these people absolutely doing and creating all this negativity, eventually it's going to catch up with them. I'm just saying. And it says, it chips away at your own well-being, darkening your perspective and feeding this ugly cycle of negativity. Studies have shown that focusing on anger and hate actually increase stress. So while Megan's off doing yoga and tucking into a wholesome dinner or smooching her handsome husband, the trolls are literally making themselves miserable by fixating on her. Where is the lie? I love it. I love it. This up. And this particular squatty said this. Hate hasn't dimmed Prince Harry and Meghan's light. It's only made it brighter. Their ability to rise above and focus on joy shows us what true resilience look like. Where is the lie? They have truly been the poster child for resilience. I'm telling you, they have shown that they will not falter. You throw whatever you want to at us. We will absolutely brush it off and go on. And that's what Meghan and Harry has done. I'm telling you, these last 2 days have been perfection. Whole picture with Harry surfing with Archie, and now with Meghan dropping all of these bombs on these haters' heads with, going back to Instagram, and now her cooking show to debut on the 15th. Yes, they have shown the haters, the toadies, the flying monkeys, and all the people that have hated on them that they will not stop. You will not stop them. They will continue on. And I heard Tyler Perry said that. He said he never would have gotten where he's at. He's always moving forward. He's always pressing on. And that's what you have to do. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. It says, after all Duchess Meghan and Prince Harry went through, seeing their continued happiness and joy makes me so happy. Me too. I'm going to put this up. And I do it every time to remind them, to remind the toadies, the trolls, the hags, all of them, that at the end of the day, the Sussy Squad is always going to have Harry and Meghan's back. And if you mess with them, we are going to eat your face out. All right, y'all. Bye.